As collectors, there's nothing more satisfying than a shelf filled with retro gaming treasures. But as you can see, there's a glaring hole in our collection that needs to be filled. Today, we're on a mission to find the rare retro games that will complete our ever-growing collection.
These freaking Pokemon Power?
I was looking for one specific game. It looks like I'm the one that took the L for this one. Disappointing.
Oh, dude, they got both of the Sun games here.
Join us, the GameBois, as we head to Utopia Games in Modesto, California.
Nick pointed out something to me, so I didn't mention this probably in this video, but I have been looking for Luigi's Mansion for the missus. She loves Luigi's Mansion 2 and Luigi's Mansion 3. She got those on the Switch and she plays the heck out of them. She loves this little spooky game, but it's also cute and like not too scary because it's Mario characters and King Boo and like these goofy cartoon looking guys.
I came here for Yakuza 8.
My man, hey.
They don't have a copy of that. I just beat Yakuza 7, but I don't have the Steelbook.
Dude, that's a good price though.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, Isaac, it looks like you're coming home with a free copy of Yakuza 7.
Hey, dude.
Oh wait, that's a PS4 though. No!
Oh, no, you can't do that. No.
Damn.
No, you got the 5, bro. You gotta,
I gotta stick with the 5.
But we know Leo loves some Yakuza on this channel. Leo, spit to them about Yakuza.
It's goofy, but it's also serious. Yeah, like they have their own like dedicated Mario Kart clone in the game. It's amazing. I love the game's sense of humor.
That's fun, dude. That's fun.
I like the GameCube because quality. It holds up. It has Smash, it has Mario Kart, it has a lot of the Sonic games. In my opinion, they hold up pretty well. I think the first party Nintendo stuff is still just as fun today. Have you heard of this game? It's a pinball game, and you command your it's like an RTS pinball game, but you use the GameCube mic to command your troops.
Leo, this sounds sick. Get over here. Look. Nick's saying this is an RTS pinball.
But use the GameCube mic to command your troops.
That's so sick.
It actually came in a big box. It'd be cool.
Sounds like very gimmicky, but in a fun way.
Yeah.
I already have a mic, so I'll probably pick it up. It'd be cool if it came with the big box. I'm not gonna really care about that.
Nick and Isaac are on the prowl for some must-have Nintendo GameCube games, while Leo's out hunting for anything Yakuza. And Sam? He's sticking behind the camera today. Let's see what they find.
Oh, dude, they got both of the Sun games here. Bulk tie. This is a game that uses solar power, bro. So if you go outside, it actually captures energy from the sun and it uses it to power up your guy. The DS had a sequel called Lunar Nights. And if you had any one of those games plugged into it at the bottom, at least for the Japanese one, we didn't get it in the States, this one that was compatible with this. But in Japan, at least I believe, if you had Lunar Nights on DS plugged in and you also had that on the bottom on the GBA slot, you could still solar power charge your guy in Lunar Nights. Kind of a complicated way to use a peripheral power up, but if you had all that, that's pretty neat.
I've been telling myself I'm gonna be getting the strategy guide for Final Fantasy V Advance for years now. But it's $45. I should have gotten one of like $10. This is on me. It's just, this brings me back because I remember Christmas of 05, I got this game. Every time I would go to Walmart, I would look at the strategy guides and see like, oh, what should I do next? Or what strategies got to take in and all that sort of stuff. But I never bought it because I was like, I could just keep on looking at it every time I come back to Walmart. I am what in colloquial terms is known as
growing up poor.
Look at these freaking Pokemon Power. So this is like, I'm guessing like Nintendo Power, but specifically Pokemon. I just love this watercolor Ken Sugimori art from Gen 1. There's so much heart to this. Kind of reminds me of like when people were really into how Earthbound looks very charming and whimsical. That's how I feel like Sugimori was drawing and painting with watercolor. This just has so much character to it.
Here's a game I heard is super bad, dude. Universal Studios. This game is like known to be one of the worst GameCube games out there. You go into the theme park and play like different mini games, but they're just like terrible from what I've never played it, but I've seen videos and incredibly horrible.
Pebble Beach Golf Links. This is one of the biggest memes in the Sega Saturn community because it's just kind of like your run-of-the-mill golf game. It's not arcadey by any means or anything like that, but the thing that makes it stand out to a lot of people is that you have like a commentation by, imagine this, just boomer grandpa that's making comments about everything you're doing. And the most meme thing that he says in the game is that at some point he'll just be like, think you could get it inside mine?
Oh, I was telling Nick how like right here they got Jimmy Neutron Jet Fusion, but I remember there was another Jimmy Neutron game that came out, I think it was called Attack of the Twonkies. And it was like this weird in-between time where the movie came out, but not the show, but Attack of the Twonkies came out. So like, who was that for? Like, kids I guess saw Jimmy Neutron, but they didn't see the show yet. And now they want you to buy a game of it. So I thought that was kind of weird.
This is a game I heard is pretty good.
Which game?
The Rocket Power game. It's I think I played this as a kid. It's kind of like a Tony Hawk clone. Each of them uses a different, like, one uses a skateboard, Squid uses rollerblades.
Weird. I was looking for one specific game, that being the newest Yakuza game, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I'm in the PS5 looking through the L section, and it looks like I'm the one that took the L for this one. Disappointing, but that's just the way GameBois be.
Looks like Leo couldn't find his Yakuza game, but he might find something else later in the episode.
Nick, I feel like you would like that game right there.
Tiny Toons?
Yep. So,
Agreed.
it's made by Konami. So, you know, you actually have a baseline standard of quality right there. The graphics and animation are superb because we're talking Konami here. And I know that you're a huge Sonic guy. It actually plays something like a Sonic game.
It does. It's a very good platformer.
That and Animaniacs, whether you go SNES or Genesis, fantastic games all around. And they're completely different games depending on which console you get them on. I actually don't have the space for this right now, but Isaac and I always talk about not being able to find this game and how it's actually a good game. So Transformers Decepticons to the DS. Imagine it's like a DS version of Grand Theft Auto, but you're getting to play as a Decepticon. So with that, like, you're driving around as a vehicle, then every once in a while, like, you'll spot like an Autobot, and then you'll transform into your robot mode and fight them and stuff like that. It's a really cool game that doesn't really get much recognition because licensed game. It's definitely worth checking out, though. Sam's going to put gameplay up on screen because I'm forcing him to edit this against his will. He will not be fed until you hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, guys, this is my job, and if you don't hit the subscribe button, I'm gonna go
Extinct.
I'm not gonna eat, and I'm kind of hungry right now, guys.
The problem is right now, I'm like, I don't, like, the way I have my DS games stored, I don't have any more room for any more DS games.
Oh, and this isn't original cover art either.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
I'll skip out on that.
No, I feel you. I feel you. Nick, what the heck is Shenmue Passport?
So Shenmue Passport came in a big jewel case with the rest of the game, and it was essentially, if I remember correctly, it was like to give you the lore of the game. So that way you could kind of know about the lore, because it's kind of a deep game in terms of, like, they try to make it span across different generations.
So it's like a world building type disc.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about Luigi's Mansion, right? It's pretty scary. You know what's not scary? Subscribing to the channel, because a lot of you dudes be doing it for free anyways. So I'm not gonna charge you to watch the show. So come over here and spend your free 99, your $0.00 on watching this, and watch us spend the money instead so you don't have to.
Leo, can you tell us why the Vita sucks?
Yeah, dude. It's not 3DS. That's it. Game over.
You know, it's funny, because on paper, the 3DS is a worse console.
I would say in actuality it is.
The games are better.
Well, I would say you and I have very different tastes. So with me, a lot of the games on the Vita end up speaking to me more. Like, that's not to say that the 3DS is a slouch by any means, because it has Pokemon and stuff like that. But these days, I rarely ever play Pokemon games because the story is just not there, and the gameplay would be able to make up for a lack of story. But Pokemon gameplay is just very basic. And Vita has a lot more of the experiences that I would like. For example, Dragon's Crown, right here. Love this game. What's another one that I love? They don't have a copy of Muramasa here, but you guys always hear me talk up and down about that one.
Ooh, Smithers, we have the Simpsons game over here.
They have it for $70. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm not getting it. but I want to see if they'll do lower. This place is usually really cool about haggling, but even then it's not haggling in the sense that I'm trying to be that guy asking, hey, give me a discount, but we do look at the eBay listings and the price chartings and try to gauge what is the comfortable dollar so that everyone wins. And if he's down to shave like $5-10 off, that's something that I might as well ask. The worst he could do is say no, and then I spend 70 on it because I was gonna buy it anyway. I hope he didn't hear that. Right here, this is a Wii controller peripheral holder. So you would plug in the Wii remote, because they started porting these really good versions of Resident Evil onto the Wii. Like Resident Evil 4 came, and a lot of people consider it the best way to play because you can aim, shoot, instead of like using the wonkier controls that they would use before. And I guess it comes with a knife, too, for the nunchuck.
This is a game I always thought was pretty interesting. I never played it, but it always looked interesting to me. Ever Oasis.
I think Matt really likes that game. He talks about it a lot.
He told me it was really good.
Dude, when I first got my 3DS, the first 2 games I bought, because it was still a small library when it came out, were Theatrhythm, which is just like Guitar Hero with Final Fantasy characters, kind of. It's a little goofy. And I also bought Tales of the Abyss. Tales of the Abyss, I still play. Theatrhythm, I do not play. I know some people like it, but that kind of felt like a waste of like a $40 purchase. But I had some gift cards. I was still young enough that I was getting gift cards from family around Christmas. And I bought Theatrhythm.
So I saw this Zelda Four Swords Adventures game. My cousin had the GBA connector for the GameCube, and we played that as a kid. And I hadn't played Link to the Past at that time, but it was a co-op game where you could be 4 different Links, and if you had the GBA connector, you could play on the GBA while the other person played on the console itself, and it was honestly really fun at the time. I know a couple other games use that accessory. I think the Crystal Chronicles from Final Fantasy's on there too, so.
Yeah. Okay, I'm actually tripping out. Despicable Me was alive during the PSP era?
That's crazy.
I'm thrown for a loop right now, bro. So I got this at Walmart for like $55 when it came out, because I had like some money that day extra towards Walmart or something. This game came out and it was a bit scarce when it came out. So when I saw it in store, I wanted to buy it right away, because it was one of those games where right when it came out, it was kind of going for like 70, 80 on eBay, because it was hard to like print a lot of these. I don't know why. And now I see this thing being shovelware everywhere. This is $10 sealed. So it just goes to show, don't just FOMO a game sometimes.
At least it's a cool game.
Yeah, it is a cool game. I did like it. A little anime action RPG, kind of like Kingdom Hearts, but like more cyberpunky.
Gonna give you guys a little bit of backstory around this game and its title specifically. South Park, The Fractured Butthole. You know why it's called that?
No.
Matt and Trey wanted to call the game South Park, The Fractured Butthole, but this was the only way that they were able to get away with putting that as part of the title, is splitting it up into 2 words.
Genius idea. So I picked up Odama on GameCube. It's one I've been looking at for quite a while. It's very unique because it uses the GameCube microphone. To my knowledge, other than like Mario Party, I don't think any other games use the microphone. It's a really unique game because it's an RTS game, but also a pinball game, and you command your troops with the microphone. I have a microphone. I've never tested it, so hopefully it works. But yeah, it's very quirky. I'm looking forward to trying it.
Nick found something for his GameCube collection. Let's see if Isaac secures his grail.
These games are actually really good. I have the Switch version. It has like 50 games, like classic games, you know, like chess and stuff. You can play people online. And I think it's a really good deal. I heard the DS version is pretty good too. It came out first, obviously, but you know, I kind of like basic card games and stuff like that. So,
Bruv. Leo and I love this game for all the wrong reasons.
It's a terrible game, but it's amazing.
It's basically a very, very bad Sonic game. You can't control your guy at all. You'll start running and then you can't hit the brakes for nothing. And then when you jump, he's out of control too, and he's just bumping into things and he starts to get all staticky. You don't know where you're going. You know when you run into things and a character will be flashing because they're hurt? You just don't know where you are half the game.
You know,
and then every time you beat a level, there's like a pollution question.
Have you ever had that friend that's very braggadocious and tries to give themselves a nickname? It's like, no, that's not how it works. people are supposed to give you nicknames. This is the guy that's giving himself nicknames. He's always like, I'm awesome.
Yeah, that's his whole thing, is that he's cool, but he was meant to be like a mascot to fight against pollution.
I'm having a tough time here. Should I get Jurassic Park on the Sega CD, just the manual, or should I get Jurassic Park on the Sega CD, everything but the manual?
I'm sure if you ask, you can combine them.
No, I don't want the game. I'm just like, it's funny that like
true.
they
That's a
didn't
good
put them
point.
together. Think you could get it inside mine?
What'd you get, Leo?
Pebble Beach golf links. Why? Game looks stupid. I like stupid stuff. It was retailing for 15 plus tax. I got it for 14 after tax. Utopia is a really cool place because they have a wide array of games. As you can see here, there's just the DS section alone in a huge store. If you're into cards, they have that as well. And if you're into anime figurines and all that stuff, they also have those. One game consoles, they have that. But you know what's really cool? They price at around price charting, and even then they're still willing to work with you. So this game price charts for about 17. I got it for 14 after tax. That's just an example right there.
I got Luigi's Mansion here. It's coming home. I know the missus likes Luigi's Mansion. Now she's gonna have all three. She got the other two on Switch. Now she's gonna have the first one. They got it here at Utopia. So I gotta buy this Luigi's Mansion. I'm gonna go do it. The really cool guys over here at Utopia, Brian, the guy who runs the shop, I asked him if he would let this go to me for 60. They had it for 70 behind glass. He said yeah. And I mean, we've been here before. I just showed him that we had a video here. He's always cool with us recording, but this was the first time he was like, hey, you guys are recording something, what's it for? And he's got a video coming up soon. You probably already watched it by now by the time that video came out. And then now we got this one too. So Luigi's Mansion for 60 bucks. This is actually a present for the missus, not for myself. She has Luigi's Mansion 3. She got that one first, loved it. 2, she likes that one a lot too. And now she gets to go 3, 2, 1 in terms of her order. But he tested it in front of me, it works. Cool game. I'm glad I got this, and I like giving my wife surprises like this, like where I know that she's gonna have fun with another game that we can kind of both just be on the couch and hanging out and I can watch her play. So this is sick. Shout out to Utopia.
Look, I'm gonna level with you. You like Sam, right? We all like Sam around here. Around these parts, Sam's our guy. Thing is, that guy, he butts us for these edits. And you don't watch, you don't get to eat. You don't get to eat, you die. So what do you gotta do, Isaac?
What are you doing? Push the button, it's right there, and then also click on the one with the thumbs up. Actually, even if you push the thumbs down, as long as you subscribe, I don't care.
Or else, Sam gets it.
I need to eat, guys.